About the time your children are learning to read, it's an appropriate time to start teaching them about filing on a basic level. A plastic file box and some brightly colored hanging files and tabs are a great way to start. We're joined today by Donna Schmidt and Rhonda Erb from Heart of the Matter. Thank you guys for coming back and joining us again.
Good to be here.
Before we jump into this fun box of brightly colored file folders that I know nothing about, Donna, tell me a little bit about Heart of the Matter and how you guys started.
Well, Rhonda and I started out together almost 11 years ago. And our day job is that we go into people's homes and offices and help them get organized. And God uses us in some really amazing ways because organizing is the vehicle that He uses to allow us into people's lives. And we get to share our gifts and bring a message of hope and encouragement.
Do you teach everyone the same organizational tips, or do you kind of tailor it to the individual?
Yeah, very unique, because each family, each individual is unique. You know, people get themselves into disorder for a number of reasons. I mean, it can be busyness, busy families. It can be health concerns. It can be the fact that you just never learned or you never were taught growing up. And so we want to just mentor and encourage as we go along.
Great. Well, Rhonda, I know you're the file guru, so take us to what we're going to learn today.
Well, we feel it's really important from little on up to teach kids, again, that everything needs a home. So that's the foundation. So now it's coming up with homes for paper.
I love that you say that. Everything needs a home, because that saves a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Because I know there's so many times when I misplace something. So if everything has a home, then you know exactly where to go find it.
And everybody in the family does too. And if everybody puts it back in the place, then it helps the whole household run.
I grew up in a family of 5, and no one ever put anything back in place, except for me, of course. So,
so in talking about a file folder and a file system for kids, the brightly colored categories so that they can come up. But what you need to do is sit down with a pile of your kids' papers and go through and see what types of things they have. So for example, we have one here for artwork. I have 3 daughters, 14, 12, and 10. So this file in particular is used a lot.
I bet.
Yes. And another spot, special photos.
Oh.
Why not have a spot so that when you receive photos from somebody that you can have a spot to file those, you can pull them out when you need them.
That's a great idea.
And another one, stickers.
Stickers.
You know, even something simple like that, those sheets of stickers that you receive, you know, from somebody or in a card, you have a spot again for all of those things to go.
And I have 2 nieces and a nephew, and they love stickers. Anytime they can put stickers on anything, I mean, we have a sticker box. So that's a great idea.
Yeah, so just having a category for each of those things, a spot to, you know, put some of their paper that they want to use, you know, gift cards or greeting cards that they've received. That's another thing that ends up flying around, like mementos. We don't know where to put them because we know we want to keep them, but they need to have a home too.
Absolutely.
You need to have a spot for some of those special things.
Definitely.
And we're feeling like with children that it really is important to teach them from little on up how to do these things. Like sometimes you walk into a room, this is deviating a little bit from the filing, but the whole idea of, you know, you walk into a kid's toy room and a parent says, clean this up. You know, and it's so big and it's so overwhelming. Would
Where
the
does
parent
everything
even
go?
know
Right.
quite where to start if there's not some kind of underlying foundation system in place? Like we realize some kids and some individuals get that naturally. You know, we do believe that there are those who are born organized. Doesn't mean you can't learn, but for kids, it's a training. It's an idea of giving everything a home. And in their toy room, you know, bins with labels on. We're big believers in labels. If there's a spot for everything, then as a parent, and I think I touched on this in another time when we were talking, just that idea of if there's an expectation, then it's reasonable for a parent to say, clean up or tidy up in here, because everybody knows what needs to be done. If they don't follow through, well, then there's the consequences. Then there's the next part of parenting. You
and
know,
not just for kids too. I mean, this can be taken into your workspace. Absolutely. Because I know that I will end up with files and files and files on my desk, and I don't know where things are. And so this is great for your workplace as well.
And then you have the lid portability. You can take it with you if you need to take it back and forth from home and work. That's another option. Also, another idea is to have colored tabs if you don't want to spend the money on all the different color category. But
this can get expensive.
It can, but we encourage you to use those color categories to help group your ideas so that children know where things go.
Well, thank you for teaching this to me. I feel like I'm becoming more organized just spending time with you guys. But if you need more tips on how to stay organized, go to www.heartofthematter.ca. Thank you guys so much for joining us.